bad guy. Because that means he's groomed her. That means he took advantage. I mean, he could very easily be there for her all the time. You know, be her diary, be her shoulder to cry on. But that does not mean you use her. That does not mean you see the opportunity and you go diving in. You should know that's where you draw the line in the sand. You do not become a lover. You stay as a friend, especially when you have that big difference. He took advantage. If that's what we're assuming right now, which is what I am. After 20 more minutes in the storm, the two were sitting in silence. Archie had run out of things to talk about. Do you think we'll ever be friends again? You and that one guy? Susumu, I think it was? Tomo's question caught Archie off guard. He stammered, unsure how to respond. Hitomi shook her head. I'm so sorry. I barely know you. That was insensitive of me. No, it's alright. I mean, sometimes I wish things could go back the way they used to be, Archie said. He let out a tiny sigh. What that Kyoryu guy said was the truth. I was the guy who founded SOS. Do you know what I mean by that? Someone gave a slight nod. I mean, I never wanted to be in charge of a gang or anything, but I knew that if I left, SOS would just fall apart. I didn't want anyone else to get caught up over who would take my place, you know? So I thought long and hard about it, looking for a way for folks to stay friends even after I was gone. Well, now we're going back. A loud voice echoed throughout the pool hall that served as SOS's HQ. What do you mean, you're leaving? Susumu was positively red in the face. You're our founder, Archie! You can't just up and quit! Susumu had been almost like a younger brother to Archie. If anyone was going to try to stop him, Archie knew full well it would be Susumu. Look, I'm not gang leader material. All I've been trying to do is make sure we're all able to have fun. That's not true, Susumu said. Think about all the stuff you taught us. Don't you remember? Every man gets to make one request in his life that cannot be denied. Those are your words, Archie. Did I say that? It's the heaviest thing you've ever said. Then, to Archie's consternation, Susumu got down on his hands and knees. I'm begging you, please don't leave. Without you, SOS is nothing. Archie could feel his conviction waver. I'm begging you here, from one man to another. This is my one request. Susumu, I'm sorry. Archie could barely croak out the words. I'm leaving you in charge. You can't! Susumu pleaded. Please don't say that! Archie turned his back to him in silence. Please, Archie, why won't you listen? I can't beg any harder than this. Enough with all the request nonsense, Archie grimaced. What? Look at you, down on your hands and knees like that. Pathetic! Archie spoke as harshly as he could, fighting to mask his true feelings. I'm fed up with you, all of you! With each word out of his mouth, Archie could feel his own heart breaking. But if he could make the others hate him, at least it would give SOS a reason to stay together. How could you say that? Don't you try and pull that shit! Susumu's tone had changed from sadness to anger. Fine then, he railed. I'm never asking for you anything again! I'll do what you want. I'll take the reins of SOS. Archie walked away, waving vaguely without looking back. Good luck. I mean it. Once he stepped out of the pool hall, he wiped his sleeve across his face. It came away wet with tears. Sometimes I think that maybe I could apologize to those guys and we could go back to the good old days again. But that's never gonna happen. Not unless Suzune gets better. He stared into the distance at nothing in particular. At least he sorted out how he felt about his former pals. Is there nothing that can help your sister? Hitomi asked. She needs a heart transplant. And the problem with heart transplants is that the timing is tricky. These are strict requirements, however, chief among them that the donor first must be brain dead. Even if there's a donor available, the transplant has to be performed within 4 hours or things get dicey. Yep. Transport must be carried and blood circulation, known as the total in the case of a heart, is only 4 hours. Helicopters and charter jets are frequently used to rapidly transport hearts. Oh wow, I didn't realize. Someone with a heart that's a match for Suzune would need to die somewhere near here. Near her. Someone someone they could perform the surgery within the 4-hour window. The odds of that happening are so small it would be almost a miracle. Which is what my sister has been waiting for. Archie thumped the left side of his chest. If my heart were to do the trick, I'd gladly let her have it. Damn it! And I've got a strong heart too. He thumped himself in the chest. Again and again. He didn't mention it had told me, but Suzune's blood type made her finding a heart transplant even more difficult. She had Bombay blood, a type of blood that does not correspond to the more common types of A, B, O, or AB. First discovered in the city of Bombay, now Mumbai, this blood type takes the name from the city with its relatively high incidence rate among its inhabitants. It was one of the rarest blood types in the world. Apparently there were only a few dozen people in all of Japan who had it. At the nationwide blood centers seldom have them in sufficient supply. For this reason, when such blood types are discovered in everyday testing, samples are quickly taken to be frozen and stored at temperatures lower than 80 degrees below centigrade. If Suzune would ever receive a heart transplant, it would need to be from somebody who had Bombay blood. Jesus. Archie? Tommy sounded like she was on the verge of tears. Wow, she must really feel bad for Suzune. If you did manage to find a heart for your sister, what would you do? What do you mean? Say if you happened across someone who was a donor match. I would do anything. Anything? Yeah, whatever it took. I'd risk my own life if it meant helping Suzune. I mean, at that point, I'd assume God had granted me a miracle or something, you know? Mr. Tanaka? It's not right now. Tanaka is at the Osawa residence on his way to speak with Osawa. Okay, so there's my jump. There's my jump. Someone's voice was barely a squeak. For a moment, all was silent. Maybe it's just a cat? There's Thomas! Jesus! We're going to Tama, bro. I want to finish your fucking story, bro. Damn. Whatever it takes. I took hold of the head of both and yanked. Oh? The head feels a whole lot looser than it did before. If I give it a good enough push, then maybe. Ah! It came off. I came off. I did it. I slipped out of the rest of the cat costume and gleefully abandoned it as I head for the knick-knack shop. Wait, what? You're playing with my emotions right now, game. Is that not the break to keep out right now? Not. The doorknob rattled ominously. You really think that's Tanaka? Archie asked. I'm not sure. If it were him, I think he'd probably say something. Archie grabbed Tomi's hand. We better hide. The two of them slipped behind a large piece of plywood stage dressing. The door swung open with a loud creak. Tama! Oh, it's just a kitty cat. A giant kitty cat walking upright. Archie and Tommy stared in confusion as someone in a cat costume slipped into the room. There was something vaguely sinister about the fuzzy figure. The cat, both hands stuffed in its pockets, and it shuffled as it walked, dragging one leg. think that's someone with a theater troupe? Archie whispered. Maybe. The two huddled in the shadows, pressed almost cheek to cheek. They watched as the cat rifled around inside one of its pockets and pulled something out. It was a bundle of keys, no doubt the ones they had used to get inside. Archie's eyes fixed on the furry mitt that held them. It was stained dark red. Uh-oh. That could be only one thing. Blood. In that moment, Archie finally realized just what was going on. That's no theater guy. It was the assassin. He'd used the cat suit to slip past the theater people and somehow gotten his hands on the storeroom keys. Now he tossed the keys away and then delicately adjusted the costume's wobbly head. Hitomi, we gotta run. Huh? Hitomi seemed frozen, mesmerized. Holy shit! What? Oh god, I hope Tom is okay. Jesus Christ. The fur around its mouth was stained crimson. Oh god damn it! Hitomi let out a high-pitched cry of shock. The cat drew its other hand out of its pocket. Clutched in its mitt was a gun. Archie and Hitomi had nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Oh! What? I don't know. Director, if you have one. Yeah. Yes, of course. Osawa took the bug tracker from his pocket and handed it back to Kajiwara. I won't be needing this anymore. As soon as they had left the kitchen, Tanaka leaned in close and whispered to him, I got this email from Hitomi. He showed his cell phone to Osawa. It looks like my sister is being held captive in a blue minivan somewhere in Shibuya. But that man is still chasing me, so I can't really go looking for it. A blue minivan? Allow me to handle this, sir. I'll figure something out. Osawa knew he trusted Tanaka for a reason. Thank you, he said with a bow. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know any place she might have gone, do you, sir? What? It's just that all she's told me is that she's been moving around. I'm sorry, I don't really have any idea, Osawa replied. He was ashamed to say there wasn't a single place he knew of his daughter might be inclined to go. Ah, I see. Tanaka, picking up on his discomfort, was visibly embarrassed himself. He hastened to change the subject. By the way, did you talk with Mr. Makino? How did your talk with Mr. Makino go? I confirmed that he was behind the human testing. But I don't know who sent me those emails. Tanaka paused for a moment and thought, looking like he might have a hunch. Alright then, he said. We'll have to talk in more detail later. With that, the assistant director headed for the front door. Oh, Mr. Osawa. Kajiwara spoke from the kitchen door. Peeping me on again, huh? Osawa grumbled. Thankfully, it didn't appear the detective overheard his conversation with Tanaka. And good grief, that thing is noisy. If it's broken, why don't you just throw it out now? The sounds from the bug tracker grew fainter and fainter. Something wasn't right, Osawa now realized. Mr. Osawa? This is my bug tracker. So? Osawa huffed. What I mean is, sir, this one isn't broken. What? A chill ran up Osawa's spine. He swallowed audibly. I've pinpointed the source of the signal, Kajiwara said. It's coming from Mr. Tanaka. No. Osawa thought I must have misheard that. Hold on. Say that again. I've located the source of the signal. It's coming from Mr. Tanaka. Detective repeated. This time, Osawa heard him crystal clear. I'm certain of it. Mr. Tanaka has a listening device on him. Osawa felt the blood draining from his face. If someone had been listening in on the conversations just now, then they'd hear about the email from Hitomi. If the kidnappers were the one listening, that meant Maria's life was now in danger. I'll go after him, sir. Kajiwara broke into a sprint. Osawa followed close behind. What? Oh my god. Do I still have the battle with Kano? Fuck. Oh, that's it. I found it. You can't get out of the cat suit. Guess this cat's staying in the bag. I think I'll head to the knick-knack shop as is. Jesus, that was... I fixed fucking... That means I fixed Ashi's bad end. Yeah. Good lord. Oh, fucking finally. The sales demo is over and against all odds I managed to get paid. Money clutched in one paw, I head to the knick-knack shop to finally buy that necklace I can't stop thinking about. Hello? Anyone here? I call out. There's no reply. Is the shopkeeper out? Ah, just a moment. Handy, the sales clerk comes scurrying into the shop behind me. Sorry about that, just had to pop out for a sec. Woo! You would not believe what I just saw. He leans against the pillar, gasping audibly. Ah, you hear about that necklace? Do you still have it? Of course! Thank you so much. I have half the money here and the rest is in my... Oh. I suddenly remember something very important. Oh no. The sale clerk gives me a curious look. What's the matter? My wallet! It's still in here! I pat the costume around the tummy. Now why don't you just take that outfit off? Well, I mean, the zipper's kind of broken. I wouldn't be having all this trouble if I could just get out of this darn costume. Kind of broken. It's way more broken than that. Oh, wow. The sale clerk points to the full-body mirror. He's right, the zipper on the back is hanging open. Taking this thing off will be a cinch now. Oh, thank you. I give him a bow. I'm not sure you need to be thanking me, he says. No, I do. If you had pointed that out, I might have let myself stay stuck in here forever. So really, thank you so much. I bow again and again. The heads off, baby! What?! That's fucking Maria! Bruh. That's Maria, cuh! That's Maria, look! What the fuck? What? Oh, hell no. What the fuck? Okay, well, that's where I'm gonna end today's episode. Holy shit. Maria's alive and just wandering around. She's not even a part of the... What? That's crazy! We'll finish Kano and, holy shit! And Archie next episode. Jesus! That's crazy! Alright guys, catch you in the next one.